Lego Ninjago walkthrough. This is one of the final levels in the game. I think this is actually the... No, not quite. No, it might actually be the second to last level in the game. Yeah, it is in fact the second to last level in the game. So I'm going to, of course, be splitting it up into two parts because it's kind of lengthy. I think it's close to 20-25 minutes, and it is the Unclimbable Mountain. Now this is a level that I kind of wish they had split into two separate levels because it kind of feels like two separate levels, and you'll see why at the end of this video and at the start of the next one. So the main idea behind, the main goal behind this is finally to get into that giant building on top of the mountain, which is where the ultimate weapon is supposed to be. I'm not really sure how we've tracked the thing down. I'm really not clear on how they know for sure that we're just heading in that direction, but I guess if you're gonna go anywhere for a weapon, a building on top of the mountain would be a pretty good place to look. So of course remember the green ninja, Lloyd, can build stuff if you need to. We didn't need to right there, but what we need to do here is build this thing over here to the left and then smash it down with coal, and then we'll want to do the same thing to the one on the right. So when we smash this down, it's going to create a geyser of water, so of course to make that jumpable you'll want to switch to Zane, freeze it with his spin jitsu, and then destroy this Lego thing, build it over to the right side, and do that same thing. So now that we've done that with one of them, this middle geyser should also show up, and then we should be able to freeze that one. And now we should be able to jump up on these pillars until we get to the top of the platform here. Then there's going to be a couple of enemies that come out of the snow. We'll just want to defeat them. Not too many, just 4 right now, and use whatever many ways you want to defeat them. The one thing that really did bother me in this game is that it really felt like no matter how many upgrades you had and no matter what weapon they give you, because at this point we have golden weapons, so we're past, I think, steel it was, and now we're at golden. I mean, anyway, no matter what weapons you get, the enemies just kind of die in the same annoying amount of hits. I feel like a few of them could die in one hit at this point, but I guess that kind of defeat the purpose of being a ninja that can really quickly take things out. So when we're here, we're going to want to switch to Lloyd, and there's actually a cutscene here, but of course I cut those out, so switch to Lloyd, or sorry, not Lloyd, switch to the red ninja, and you'll be able to burn down that big giant ice wall. From the background there, that looked like something that Lloyd would cut down, so that's why I got confused. But anyway, we have unlocked one of the final spinjitsus. I think in my last video, I may have accidentally said that Lloyd had the final spinjitsu, but that was obviously not correct. So anyway, we get one of the final fire spinjitsus, which obviously is used to melt things. So we get another Ninjanuity token there, and you can really use that to tell you when you're getting close to the end of the game. So when we only have 2 Ninjanuity tokens left, then we'll be at the final level, but we'll get another one before this level is finished. And then you're going to want to burn this waterfall so we'll be able to actually climb up it. And sometimes aiming that spinjitsu can take a little while. I don't know why the aiming in this game is so weird, but it's been like that for a few Lego games. So anyway, get the waterfall melted, jump on up there, and now we'll be up on top of this cliff shelf. And then we're just going to want to look at what else we can do with the fire spinjitsu, which here lets us know we can light this canister thing. I don't really know what to call that, but anyway, we'll be able to use the fire to light other stuff, and I think it's probably like TNT or something there. So there's not really going to be a whole lot of times you're going to be doing that before the game is finished, but if you're going to be doing some collectibles, then you'll probably be doing that a little bit more often. But as far as the campaign goes, yeah, you're not going to be doing a whole lot with the fire. Most of it's going to happen in this level, and this level is only half of the level, and then the second half, I don't think we use the fire guy whatsoever. So there's that. Now get this bell ringing. You want to knock it out of its house there, send it tumbling down the mountain, and that should tell these guys to lower that gigantic platform, so now we can finally get up there. So let's wall cross. Let's let's get across there by wall running along it, and then we can kill a few more enemies that are gonna pop up. But you don't actually have to kill them. Okay, apparently there's no enemies. I thought my teammates were my enemies apparently. So anyway, do this double wall running, and this was a little bit glitchy for me again. It wasn't as glitchy as other ones had been, but I did fail it a few times. Once, okay, I failed it exactly once. So. Just listen to what it says on screen. That's usually the way to go. There's a thing on there to the left that you can smash with coal if you want to, but I don't think you have to. There might be a gold brick back there. You will want to melt this pile of Lego bricks, and you get this giant snow Lego head that's going to roll down and just kind of scare these guys, so that's pretty funny. And then once that causes enough damage, that'll give you more access to get further up the mountain. So, taking a hard left, we can get to this point where the game is once again going to take control of your camera and tell you to look at the thing that is literally right in front of you. And we get this kind of cool ball that reminds me of Metroid a little bit. This kind of reminds me of the Chozo and those little orbs that they hold that power up Samus's suit. So anyway, we'll want to use the fire, or really any spinjitzu, to spin that lion head around. Then we're going to have to stand on... well, we'll stand on that later, but we're going to have to come pull down on that lever there, so that will move the ball down. And you want the lion to be facing to the right, so this glowing ball will go into the lion's mouth. Then we're going to want to spin the lion around again to face the door, and then finally jump on that platform. And as soon as you step on it, the ball should get fired out of the lion, and that will open up the door. Now that right there kind of reminded me of Portal a little bit, but that's still pretty cool. I wish there was more fun puzzly stuff like that, even though that's really not a puzzle at all. I know it wasn't that hard, but man, this game just felt kind of devoid of anything kind of puzzly, I guess. A lot of the earlier Lego games, it felt like they had way more fun making them than they do with these new ones. But what do I know? I'm not one of the developers. So anyway, let's walk on through here after we choose our second Ninjanuity token this level. And then there's going to be another upcoming puzzly thing that's actually pretty cool, but there's going to be a few things we have to do before that. So this guy's going to roll down a couple of enemies in our direction, so we're going to have to take out 12 of them. This might take a little while just because that is kind of a lot. So once you get rid of them, then we can work our way in getting up that slide. So eventually this guy is going to bust on out of that ice area to the left there, and all you have to do is pretty much any other boss with a health bar, just wait for him to attack you and then attack him enough, push B when the option comes up, and then do this super combo to knock him down into a million studs. Then you'll want to step on over there to the left side, and that will turn, I believe it turns that ice slide into a bunch of stairs. Now, for some strange reason, when I started this, I totally forgot that I actually had Garmadon with me, so don't forget that you have Garmadon. And also I had to defeat that last guy who's just kind of bugging me, but switch on over to Garmadon, then you'll be able to pull open this door here, or whatever the heck this is. You'll be able to activate this gear mechanism, I guess would be the better sentence, and then that should give us the staircase up. And now we can finally climb up that slide. So here's the other puzzle part of this level, and this is pretty darn close to the ending, but this kind of reminds me of those Skyrim puzzles where you have to move those little, like, they're in the ruins for the Draugr, and you'd have to move those, whatever the heck they're called, those, like, slide. They have like the wolf and the, not the doors, but the other thing. Anyway, you have to match 3 things in Skyrim. That's basically the same thing here. So when you use the water spinjitzu on the bucket there, on the right side, it'll show you the order that this needs to go in. Now in my infinite wisdom, I saw it, then forgot it, so I had to redo it, because I was like, huh, what were those again, even though I just saw it. So it's the monkey, the whatever the heck the dragon one is that a tiger, and then the red one, which is the dragon. Okay, so it's monkey, tiger, dragon. So we're gonna put all of those in that order, and then the door will open up.
Oh, I can almost taste that ultimate weapon.
So once again, giant ice wall means burn it down with fire. Switch on over to the red guy, who I totally forgot what his name was. I remember most of the other guys' names. There's Lloyd, Zane, Cole, Jay, Garmadon. Don't know who the chick with the water is. Don't know who this fire guy is. Jump on over here and then keep going on up the mountain, and then there's not really going to be a whole lot more we got to do. I think we're really right at the end here. We may have to defeat a few more bad guys, but other than that, we're going to walk up into that thing that we see over there, and that's going to start the second part of this level, which I really think should have just been the end of this level. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video, and I will see you in part 2 of the Unclimbable Mountain.